Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another Chicago Beer Pass beer review. Non-cellar beer this time, Nick.
Yeah, man. Would you bring us here? This is it's a cute little bottle here.
From Whiner Beer Co. They're usually, I've only seen the cans. I haven't seen any like packaged, large format stuff from them before, so this caught my eye.
Yeah, that's true. 500 milliliter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Woolly. It's a barrel-aged Belgian-style ale with sour cherries. And so yeah, I've only had like the Meow, a lot of like the standards from
Yeah.
Whiner Beer.
All cans. Yeah.
I know when I was up there, they had a couple things that weren't bottled or weren't in packages, so I tried those. But that was what 6, 8 months ago now, so I couldn't tell you what they were. You'd have to go back and listen to whatever episode of Chicago Beer Pass that was.
Right. Yeah, man. Their focus has been like a light, approachable, like Belgian and French inspired styles. Yeah, that kind of like spend some time in barrel, but don't impart like overpowering barrel characteristics. Just kind of complements as another flavor
Yeah.
in the base beer, which I like. Who's that? Allagash, the crew. They do some of their beers like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just a flash for like 6 months, 3 months.
Okay.
Just to pick up a little bit of flavor.
Yeah, this beer doesn't have much info about it other than like the sour cherries. They're from Michigan, aged in Cabernet wine barrels for 8 months. So, yeah, that's a good amount of time. And it's not surprising that they're doing barrel aged stuff because that's a lot of what Goose did. And, being a Goose alum over there,
Yeah,
they're familiar with barrels.
that's right.
Whew.
Comes right at you with like big, aggressive, like a Flanders red, like those Ode Brun.
Right.
I always stumble on Ode Brun.
Old Boone.
Yeah, it comes at you with those characteristics on the nose, man.
But also like spicy, like a little pepper, kind of like a tickle in the nose.
Yeah,
Whew. I wasn't prepared for how sour this might be.
yeah, a little bit of wine characteristics like that, but like more of a vinegar too.
Right, yeah. I guess maybe it's those Cabernet barrels. Oh, yeah, really dark color.
Man.
Oh, that's totally not as sour as
No.
it smells. I expected a puckering, just like unspeakable kind of beer.
Yeah. There's like a nice mild dessert quality mid palate. I don't know, just like faint hints of like some kind of sweet dessert, man, like pastry crust or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, it almost makes you think of like a cherry pie kind of
Yeah.
thing, because it is cherries, but it has like that thickness of you getting like a cherry pie that's kind of like all stuck together and just kind of like gooey. That's usually a lot from like the sugars and that like non-natural quality you get some out of those like fermented cherries sometimes. But yeah. Huh.
And then yeah, beers like this are my favorite, man, where like, it's a wave, right? Like it's like that nose isn't at all as aggressive as the taste. And then the finish, especially for a beer that's intense like that on the aroma, it kind of just slowly washes away.
Right.
Like it doesn't, you're not left with a puckering at all. It's actually like quite pleasant when you finish having a sip.
Yeah, I really love that fact too, because a lot of times when you have a sour beer, you're left with that pucker feeling, and you're just kind of like, I want to get rid of this pucker feeling, but I know that this beer does that, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I want more of that. But yeah, like you said, they wash this clean. It's kind of like dry on the finish even, and then you're like, oh, let me go back for another one.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really fun. I love the different layers in that.
Yeah. So I did see a couple other I guess these aren't like necessarily large format, but medium format bottles from Whiner when I was over at Binny's the other week, and so they are doing a few of them. I think it's a way for them to like showcase some of the other stuff they're doing in the barrel age program, and to get to show off some of this other cool artwork that they have, because it's a neat style. along the lines of like what Off Color is doing, kind of like, I want to say like crude, just kind of like more folklore-y. Is that like is that a word?
Oh, you mean as
Like
far as like
storybook.
the illustrations,
Yeah.
like the graphics and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. How would you describe that? Because I'm not even sure what that is. It's some sort of creature in the forest.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like a caterpillar, like a woolly. It got captured. There's like cannons and catapults, but they're capturing it with love. Oh no, they're capturing it with cherries. They're throwing cherries at the woolly. Yeah.
I like this beer a lot, man. I'm glad that they're taking time to focus on these types of beers. And then like this is the kind of beer that if I had 2 or 3 of these, I'd bring one to a bottle share just to break up that monotony of like, pastry stouts and big ass barley wines.
Yeah. And it looks like it was bottled in September of last year, I assume. It looks like 2014, but it's probably 2017. So yeah, it's holding up nice. It's not that long in the bottles or anything, but yeah, I think it's gonna hold up well. If you come across one in the next year or something, like pick it up.
Yeah. These guys, Whiner, Rate Beers. I'm doing a lot of us today. Rate Beers 2017, best new brewery for Chicago.
Yeah, great
or
brewery.
Illinois, sorry, Illinois.
Great brewery. Make your way up there if you can. On the last episode, you were talking about like far south side bars and
Yes.
stuff. They are also like a far south side brewery.
Yeah, right in the shadows of Sox Park. Really one of the only breweries down there. I think you might have, now you might in Pilsen, you might have 3 breweries. And just south of that would be Maria's in Bridgeport. And just south of that are these guys.
And then south of that, you have left the city. But I biked up there, so it's doable. You can make it up there pretty easily from the west side.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Cool. Well, we'll keep sipping on this. And yeah, thanks for joining us on this beer review.
Right on.